Greetings, my fellow Earthlings, and welcome to another episode of the Solarpunk Farmer. And this one is going to be a major channel update. So first of all, I just want to say that I hope everybody is staying safe and staying healthy in these trying times. This novel coronavirus pandemic is no joke. I have an awesome new project that I'm going to be chronicling that I want to tell you guys all about today. Anyways, before we get into the main subject matter of this video, I just wanted to also let you guys know that you can now follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Check out my links right there. I'll be posting more regular updates on there, namely the sort of smaller stuff that I'm going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. And the more major updates are going to be posted here to my channel in vlog format. Anyways, let's start talking about the main subject matter of this video, and that is a brand new, massive project, one of my biggest projects yet, that I'm going to be starting up here in my little corner of Solarpunk Paradise. And I am calling this project the Resilience Garden. I'm going to be focusing specifically on calorie-dense crops, nutritionally dense crops, and companion plants to help ward off pests and critters that could otherwise ruin my harvest. Because we definitely don't want that given what's going down right now. If for some reason things get really bad, I would prefer to have a productive garden in the back that I could harvest food from. You know, that's just me. And the actual process of getting the garden established is going to be chronicled by a multi-part video series. So I'm going to pop out my whiteboard and we're going to talk about the layout of this whole thing.
Okay everyone, here is a visual representation of the Resilience Garden master plan. So right here we have the existing aquaponics system and nursery table for the seedlings and the existing compost pile. This is a little work area here that I already have been using to plant the zip grow towers, and then we have the main garden area right here. So here is the native wildflower bed that is already going, and I'm also going to be putting a few potted mint plants right next to it. Then we have another buffer row, which is a mosaic of companion plants and herbs, which will hopefully help ward off pests and attract beneficial insects. Then we have the first edible crop bed, which is going to be dedicated to moringa, tomatoes, and pole beans, and also a little bit of basil as a companion plant. So we will be getting lots of nutrient and protein dense crops out of this bed right here. Then we have the Three Sisters bed right here, which is again going to be employing a companion planting style that was once utilized by Native Americans. I will be adapting the Wampanoag variant of the Three Sisters method for this bed right here. And then we are going to do a combination of potatoes and walking stick kale, as well as some root crops, namely some alliums, maybe some carrots, and some other root crops in this bed right here. And then this tiny bed right here is going to be dedicated mainly to a comfrey plant, which I'm going to use as a chop and drop mulch. And then of course, right here we have our new storage area. So that's the master plan, and I'm going to show you guys how I've laid it out on the actual ground itself. So here is the area I am working with. Let's walk around and I will give you guys a sense of where everything is going to be. First of all, wow, just look at this. It looks like we're already off to a pretty good start here. We have a literal flowering frenzy going on right now, and more species are joining by the day. Check it out, we have some new additions to the party right here. And right here. And just today, right here. I am so incredibly pleased with how this native wildflower bed is filling in, and I can't wait to see it develop even more over the coming months. This is going to be awesome. Anyway, so in this pot right here, I'm going to put some mint plants. I'm thinking maybe chocolate mint or spearmint, or maybe even a combination of the two. Mint is supposedly good for warding off rodents, so perhaps we can put that to the test. I might even make a spray out of it and do a foliar in strategic areas of the garden to sort of act as a repellent. So it's quite evident I have already cleaned up the area quite a bit. I ended up moving the scrap materials that were over there prior, and now that area is being used for storage. Anyways, so this line right here is going to be the border of the planted area. I'm just going to get over here so that we can get a good vantage point. All right, check it out. It makes a nice symmetrical parabola. So in a nutshell, I will be growing a very diverse array of crops in this extremely small space to maximize the calorific and nutritional value of the food that I produce in my backyard. So this resilience garden is my attempt at finding ways to best utilize the space that I have here so that something more permanent can be put in later down the line. And on top of that, I'm obviously going to be producing quite a bit of food that I could use to feed myself, my friends, and my family during this pandemic to help ease the burden on the system and be a bit more prepared if things really go down. Look, I'm not going to pretend that I can provide for my own needs, let alone my entire family's needs out of this small space, but it certainly won't hurt. But Mr. Solarpunk Farmer, you ask, you have terrible soil. how are you going to plant a vegetable garden in it? Well, my dear viewer, I have found a way to enrich and condition my soil very, very cheaply. Let's have a look at what I hauled in, shall we? So these bags are full of compost. Not just any compost, free compost. So I'm very lucky in the regard that my city's sanitation department produces free compost that can be picked up by anyone. And as you can see, I just filled this entire car with bags full of compost. They're probably about 30 gallons of compost per bag. I could have up to a ton of compost in here for my resilience garden project. Yes, this is what it takes in order to get my soil to actually produce. And we're gonna make it happen. And not only that, I've been able to pick up free mulch for them too. They also grind yard trimmings down into mulch. So this stuff has already started to compost down a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's even a bad thing. You can take a look at it right here. So here's the free mulch that I got from my city. There we go. Yeah, it's already starting to break down a bit, but there's plenty of large wood chunks in there still, and I think it's going to be great for top dressing the soil with. So we're going to have plenty, and I probably won't even be able to use everything up there alone. I may even end up planting out a couple other small corners of the yard just because I will have all this extra material.
Alright everyone, so I've already gotten to work on this resilience garden, and I'm super excited for it. So stay tuned for more on the Solarpunk Farmer. See you next time.